My name is Elvis Bakundukize. I'm a peer support worker working for the early intervention team at Swanswell Point.
Would you tell us what peer support is?
Peer support is more for people who have lived the experience of mental illnesses and they are able to talk about their lived experience of mental illness.
How is it different from other roles in the team?
You have different roles that are embedded within the service. So those are traditional roles. I've spoken to nurses, I've spoken to consultants. They said to me, Elvis, because of you, you have had mental illness. You have had that in the past. You are aware, you've gone through this, and you can empathize. You can understand what the other person with mental illness is going through. There is traditional intervention that the psychiatric, the consultant psychiatric, the nurses give to the person, but we are as well giving another type of intervention that will help in the journey to recovery for these service users. We have more understanding of how, for instance, the support that we have seen, we have received, the stigma attached to mental illness, and say to the, for instance, to the service user, we have been there. Don't feel afraid to come to us. Mental health is not only about illnesses, it's all everything around the person as well.
Yeah.
We are able to have time to speak to the service users about all the issues that are happening and that might be triggering to their mental illnesses, and then also we can share if it doesn't bring any confidentiality issue, we can share these issues with the consultant or the nurses because they don't have enough time.
You can help the team get a much more complete picture.
Yes, I suffered schizophrenia for a long period of time, and at the time I never understood what schizophrenia was all about, what was my mental illness. I knew there was something wrong with me mentally, but I never knew what was it and how to go about it. And in the culture, in African culture, Burundi culture, mental illnesses is not seen as an illness. It's seen as something that you shouldn't have. It's not part of Burundi culture where I come from, or most importantly African culture, if you like.
Why is being trauma informed important?
Because it's more to do with moving away from what's wrong with you to what has happened with you. Saying that we are here, we are not here to judge you, we are here to listen to you for what has happened to you, not what's wrong with you. I can say that I have a lot of trauma in my life, and as a gay person, being accepted in a community, in a African community, it was very tough, and you carry that with you, and you are unable to deal with it if you don't have people who have gone through, who can say you can overcome this trauma.
My name's Selena and I'm a peer support worker within the Reconnect, one of the new projects that the Liaison and Diversion has branched off into. We work with prison leavers coming back into the community. So I use my lived experience to help others with similar experiences to reintegrate into the community and continue their rehabilitation.
So how does your own experience make a difference to the people that you're helping?
Once I go into a room, obviously sometimes there's me and a professional. I say professional, I don't mean that as a peer support, we're not a professional, but people who have been to university and things like that. So when they speak to someone who's just come from such a vulnerable place, unknowingly to them, they come across sometimes a little bit stern and just in one way, and not understanding. Not that they're not trying to be understanding, it's they've never been in that situation. So for me, somebody who's lived it, breathed it, I can say a simple word, or I can just simply remind them of an experience, and straight away they can tell that I've been there in the same place as them, and you see they relax. I am there to help the engagement, and that's what I do, is I help people feel comfortable, because we're talking to them about their vulnerable side. We're talking to them about very personal issues. So we need to get them to be comfortable. And if they think you're just another professional looking at them and coming across a bit judgmental, even if you're not, that's the stigma that comes along with a professional. Once I say a peer support worker and I say, I've been in a situation similar to yourself, you can see in their face oh, but how are you here? So how did this work? And that automatically gives them hope. I'm going to show you some of the skills I used to help myself come from that place to where you see me now. They look and they're like, yeah, that can work, because I am here, I am doing it, and I've been doing it continuously since I've been released myself. The great thing about that is because I'm a peer support worker and I've been on both sides.
Yes.
I can advocate not just for my client but also for my professional.
Yes. Yeah.
And what happens is now their relationship is a lot more relaxed. It's a lot easier for them because they haven't got this barrier.
So you facilitate better communication between people.
That is it.
As well as hope for patient
Yes.
service users.
Yes, absolutely.
Hi John, I'm Martin. I'm senior peer support worker within the Trust. The actual first senior peer support worker within the Trust. It's nice that now in the Trust that we've got more progression routes for peer support workers, not just band threes, but we've got a whole structure and ladder for lived experience. We've got band 3 peer support workers. We've actually got an apprenticeship role now from a band 2 into a band 3 peer support worker, and we've got my role. We've got lived experience roles within the Recovery and Wellbeing Academy, and we've got senior roles within the Recovery and Wellbeing Academy. So there's over 20 peer support workers within the Trust, and there's some that are seconded into the Trust, not just mainly the Trust. So we have partnerships with St Giles, we have partnerships with Mind, with other charity foundations like the Lily May Foundation. Mainly for my role, I sort of supervise the people that are directly employed by CWPT. But yes, I thoroughly enjoy it, and I'm the sort of person that never used to go for development roles. I used to let somebody else do that, and I'm happy that I took the opportunity to do that, and I'm learning so much more about where we can go with lived experience.